It's a fresh setback for Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff less than a year into her second term. This one comes from a federal court. CCTV's Lucrecia Franco reports from Rio de Janeiro.
Anti-government demonstrators in Brasilia celebrated the decision of Brazil's Federal Accounts Court to reject President Dilma Rousseff's accounts in 2014.
It is a historic day. When I'm old, I will be able to say I was here when justice was finally made in this country.
In a unanimous vote, the court ruled that Rousseff's government manipulated the books by more than $25 billion last year to disguise a fiscal deficit as she campaigned for re-election.
Brazil is changing in a positive way. Society participates and holds politicians responsible. Brazil isn't the country it was 3-4 years ago. It has grown in pursuit for democracy.
The ruling is a new setback for Rouseff, whose approval rating remains at a record low of 10% amid a shrinking economy and a widening corruption scandal. The rejection of the government's accounting practices, the first such ruling in nearly 80 years, is not legally binding, but is expected to be used by President Rousseff's opponents to demand her impeachment. The ruling will now pass to Congress, where opposition leaders may demand her ouster if they reach the minimum support of 2/3 of the House to launch impeachment proceedings. Though Rousseff's office has insisted it did nothing illegal and will appeal the decision with the Supreme Court, the Accounts Court's decision is likely to trigger more protests to remove her from office. But analysts say the fallout is hard to predict. Lucrecia Franco, CCTV, Rio de Janeiro.